guest. She is native to Aotearoa, but she is now living in D.C., Washington, D.C., that really crazy place. We've had her on before, man. Really special soul. Got a special voice, and she got a special message. We are welcoming you back to Los Angeles, man. She came back. I don't know why she came back, because this is a crazy place. But she wanted to get it. She got a new project. Everybody welcome our girl, Emma G.
Hey.
Hey, come on now.
What an introduction. Thank you.
Emma, what's going on, girl?
Just chilling. Enjoying LA for a minute before I head back to DC. It's my 30th birthday this week.
Okay.
So I'm going to be an adult finally. I'm super excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what is this? What does this age mean to you at this point?
I'm freaking. I'm not gonna lie.
30. Okay, because they say, man, your 20s. That's that decade where you can just kind of mess up, man.
Oh, darling, I've messed up.
You do a lot of wrongs, and then in your 30s you try to right those wrongs, right?
Right.
And so, okay, what have you learned in that generation of the 20s?
I think the biggest thing for me has been about following my gut and my intuition, Okay. Really, like moving to America, as much as people were like, what are you doing?
They thought you was crazy as hell.
They did, and they thought they gave me 6 months.
Wow.
I was given 6 months.
You know what? Let's backtrack. For those that are actually just tuning in for the first time, this is Emma G. Talked about her coming from New Zealand. Let's talk about the story. Like how did you kind of make your way from New Zealand to DC?
Right. So my mother is from Pennsylvania.
She's originally from mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was born with dual citizenship. She met
wow.
my father in New Zealand. He's from Fiji. And they had me, so I was born in New Zealand.
Okay.
And in 2014, I felt like I'd outgrown the country. Like, my band was doing really well. We just charted in the top 10. Static Era.
Static Era. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
We released 8 singles. We did our thing. I was New Zealander of the Year Local Hero Award recipient. So that was really cool. And then I was also the ambassador for Tough Mudder. For the nation.
Tough Mudder. You're talking about the sort of, what do you call that?
The crazy obstacle course
thing?
Yes.
It's almost like Spartan race, right?
Right.
Okay.
So that came to New Zealand in the first year. I was one of the ambassadors alongside Paul Mangasiva, who is one of the, the other huge, wonderful humans in New Zealand. He's fantastic. So, so that was a thing. And I just decided I needed to go back to where my mom came from to find out, more about her culture and do my music. And I stumbled across DC, fell in love with the place, and decided to stay.
What was it about DC, though? What was
it was
about DC?
The culture, like, it's affectionately known as Chocolate City. I find that kind of racist, but whatever.
Or it could be a good thing.
I like chocolate, let's be real.
Come on now. All right, you know what I'm saying? If you're into chocolate, there's a lot of people that are. I'm into chocolate my damn self. Then Chocolate City is where you need to be.
Yeah. So, but the culture of Black America is very similar. I felt like the energy was just very similar to Fiji.
Okay.
And very similar to New Zealand in terms of community and love and aroha. And I really wanted to sort of investigate that more. So I tried busking or street performing and was well received. So I made the move with $400 in my pocket. And
that's a trippy. That's a crazy thing to do. I mean,
yeah, but my gut was telling me that it was the right thing, right?
I can dig it, right?
Yeah.
For those that don't know what busking is, can you break that down?
So it's not stripping. I have been accused of being a stripper.
I was just like, okay.
No, I'm
They were like, Emma G, what you doing out there, girl?
Dollar bill, yeah.
Hey, you gotta pay the bill somehow, girl. I can dig it.
So no, what I do is I go to the metro stations with my guitar and I sing and I smile and I give high fives and hugs and
you out there, man, and then they basically, a stranger's love.
Yeah.
Strangers' donations, right?
Yeah,
and
for real.
You can actually make money off of that.
It's been wonderful.
Wow.
I have been incredibly blessed. In fact, just the other day, somebody dropped 100 and looked at me and goes, "Stay blessed," and then carried on. I'm like, wait, what?
Wow.
There's a lot of support, a lot of love. Okay. But like I said, like, DC is one of those cities that needs the love the most at the moment. So I want to be that person that's like, hey.
What was it about DC that really kind of, that made you want to stay there and
it wasn't too intimidating for me at first. Like, I'm looking at moving to LA eventually.
Okay.
But
not New York. You didn't want to. You want to make
New York's got snow, y'all. Like,
what are you talking about? New Zealand got snow too. What are you talking about?
But not in Raglan and not in Auckland. Like,
okay.
I'm not a fan of the snow.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I mean, DC, the greater city is what, a good 4 million people, 5 million people.
Yeah.
That's my country size.
Wow. Okay, so it kind of reminded you of back home.
Right. Coming to LA, however many millions of people live here, it's a whole other level.
That's a whole different thing.
So I keep dipping my toes every time I come back, and making.
Because
making
you could.
moves.
Okay, I get why you're trying to come out this way too. Because again, it's like the weather.
The weather.
Right? The weather. Come on, man.
Reminds me of Fiji. I'm not gonna lie.
You can't beat the weather, right? You know what I mean? They call it sunny Southern California for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're out in DC,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Was that through your 20s?
That was I moved there when I was 26.
Okay, what are some of the gems?
Some of the gems.
The gems, like these are the life lessons.
Where do I even start?
The benchmarks that you actually learn while learning. I mean, because again, man, you're about to turn 30. You know what I mean? This is the time when you kind of look back at your life. You're like, okay, man, where have I been, and where am I going?
So the gems are to love each other. Like my audience, we have a relationship. They know who I am.
Relationship,
I mean, I'm dysfunctional in all ways. Let's be real, but mostly with myself. But we have a relationship. There's love and understanding and respect there. So that's been a big thing for me. Is that I always thought growing up as a teenager that it was going to be like this, weird cacophony of trying to connect with people, and people are just people, no matter who they are, no matter how political they are, how famous they are, whatever. Everybody just wants to be seen and acknowledged and
validated, validated
for sure. So that's been one of my big things. Another thing has been around really standing your ground and not letting people walk over you.
That's a tough thing. I mean, especially coming from New Zealand, right?
Right.
Being that I went out there for the first time this past February.
I saw the photos.
The people are so nice, right? You know what I mean? And again, loving, that's what you expect from the culture. I get it. You know what I mean? And so, the many that have made the trip over to America, you know what I mean? I've gotten the same sort of reception. They're like, yo, people are hella rude out here. Like, you guys are hella mean. You know, like you guys be flipping each other. Like it's really like they go to the local Taco Bell or whatever like that. I'm like, yo, the lady just cussed me out. I was like, hey man, that's why you're supposed to cuss them out. You know what I mean? You're supposed to get back. I'm just telling them. I was like, hey man, don't just get cussed at. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Like,
Gotcha.
Like
stand your ground.
Stand your ground, man.
Yeah.
Don't be a victim.
Don't be a victim. But I think part of it is also like you don't have to be an asshole in order to like be given respect, right? So from my perspective, like be wonderful and be authentic and be beautiful and be loving. But when somebody if somebody cusses me out, I'm more likely to give them a hug. I'm like, wow, really, man? Like,
you're a better human being than me. You know what I mean? Because I'm more or less like, and I look at them like, really think about your life.
While giving them a hug.
You know what I mean? So it'll be a bear hug, more of a bear hug, more into a choke hold. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. See, you're taller than me. You can do that.
Come on, man. I'm just saying. I'm just like I just don't deal with stupidity well.
Valid.
You know, let's talk about the project. Because obviously the last time you were here, you know what I mean. You were dropping some music, but now that you have this project, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that because a lot of it is pertaining to what's going on in this day and age.
Right. So the latest single is called Superhero. I wrote it when the campaign in 2016 started. Okay. And I just moved here in 2015, so it was still very new, and already I'd seen a change in the atmosphere. Like there was increasing divisiveness, and it was really interesting to me when, you get folks telling me that I needed to be more cautious and I needed to be more, and so I'm being given all these
threatening way.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But I think that they were more like, you're dark skinned, you need to make sure that you're careful, and I'm like, all right, I've never been raised with those ideas. So
disrespectful.
It's crazy. So I think, so I wrote this song in Colorado after having a conversation about racial inequality and equity within the country, and I wrote it over within 45 minutes. It kind of vomited out of me, and I was like, great, I'm gonna sing the song for this tattoo parlor, and they all burst into tears. I was like, I'm onto something, great.
Wow.
But it's taken me the last 2 years to really finalize the project and come out with a music video that is even more controversial. I got my first hate mail as a result of it.
Okay, so listen. Before we get into that, let's play some from the actual project.
For sure.
What do you want to start off with first?
So let's play Superhero.
Okay, go ahead. You can go ahead and kick it too.
So my name is Emma G. This is my latest single, Superhero, all about choosing love and compassion over bigotry and racism.
Right here, Out of Block Radio. Let's get it. Come on. That sit for a little bit. Then we're gonna come back in, and then we're gonna talk about Superhero.
Cool.
And then we're gonna go into. We'll talk about the hate mail thing.
Cool. Let's see what's happening here. Hey friends, so I'm at ANR Block Radio. We got Joe Sav, who's over here.
Hey, what is cracking?
He is the wonderful human interviewing me today at Dash Radio. Half of New Zealand's asleep right now, I think. It's still too early in the morning. I think, what time is it?
It is 10:30.
10:30, okay. So it's like 6:30 in the morning there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, smack. Okay.
Cool.
This is Leah.
Leah?
Leah's part of our squad.
Cool. I don't know what Hey, nice to meet you. My name is Emma.
How was the interview?
Crazy.
We're still in the middle of it.
This man is human. I mean, this man is wonderful, is what I meant to say. Come join us.
Oh, thanks.
Have fun.
You can come over here, and then grab some earphones right there.
Cool.
So we're just talking about her project. You know what I mean? If you have any things you want to jump in with, then that's dope too.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. I'm on mute.
You're on mute? Don't be like that. Do you want to be here so that you can be in the video with me?
Oh, cool. You're online.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna come in. We're gonna talk about Superhero, break that down, and then we'll go into the hate mail.
Okay. The hate mail.
Y'all tuned in, man, to Out of Block Radio, Post of the Pacific, where Paradise lives. Sorry. We got our girl Emma G, right, from DC, by way of NZ, here in LA.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
It took me the longest time to get used to people saying NZ, because in New Zealand we call it NZ.
NZ. Why is it called NZ?
Because it's like zebra, whereas here it's zebra. Right?
Right.
And so when I first
like
moved to America, and they're like, "What's your country code?" I'm like, "NZ." They're like, "Wait, what?"
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that is
There
so
you
good.
go.
Listen, man, you guys, we also got our girl, man, Leah in the house, man.
Yo, good morning.
On the Block song. Okay, so we just heard Superhero. Let's break down the song. Let's break down sort of like you kind of mentioned a little bit about it, right? So let's break that down.
Okay. So, I wrote the song in Colorado after getting a tattoo done by a gentleman who was, how do I put this politely? He was complaining, he was on probation and complaining about his paperwork, the monuments of paperwork that he was having to go through, and he tried to kill somebody, basically, was why he was on probation. And, and so my response was, isn't it lovely that your biggest issue is paperwork when, as I understand it, if you were dark, are skinned, colored,
Yeah.
and you tried to kill somebody, you would not be alive to
Yeah.
tell the story right now.
Pretty much.
So we ended up having this beautiful conversation about racial inequality in America, and I went back to the hotel, and just this song spewed out of me, and I went back to the parlor the next day and sang it for them, and the entire place burst into tears. So the song is all about, like, just choosing love, stepping out of love and or hatred, or just being judgmental of other people.
Okay, speaking of hatred, right?
Okay.
You mentioned that you just got your first piece of hate mail.
I did, as a result of the music
All
video
right, man.
for
Hey,
this song.
you made it. You are
Yay!
officially, man, Hollywood. Yes. Okay. You can't come to Hollywood unless you get your first piece of hate mail.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay,
Right.
so let's talk about that. Was it because of the song Superhero?
Yeah. So the video is very expressive of how youth are the answer, and how we can teach our youth to choose to be better, right? We don't need to raise our children to fear everybody. We don't need to raise not just white and black children, but anybody.
Yeah.
We don't need to, continue this stigma that we have towards each other, whether it's racial inequality or socioeconomic inequality. We can choose to be better, and so that's the overriding message of the video and song. And apparently, this one human did not agree with me. Okay, cool.
Okay.
There's always that one person.
It definitely is, right? It's always that one person that has no idea who the hell you are, right?
Right.
They got Twitter fingers, right? And they definitely want to get on your skin because they feel like you can't do anything to them.
Right.
Because again, you're not in front of each other, right?
Right.
I mean, a lot of what you just said, man, it spews out positivity. I mean, how do you get into that mode where you're able to spew that out every single day? I mean, because that's, you know what, I think that's a special gift.
Especially in today's society where there's so much negativity. Like, it takes a true artist to really bring out that positivity.
Thank you. I see myself as like
What's
a
your
power
secret?
adapter.
Got you.
Right?
Okay.
So you inhale good,
Okay.
you block bad, and when that bad does come in, you just exhale the good again.
Okay.
So there was one time when I was touring with my band Static Era back in New Zealand, some white supremacists turned up and looked at me straight in the eye and said, the only reason you're allowed to be here is because you're with the band. There was a touring band from Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I looked at them and I was like, oh, okay. And I went outside and I meditated for like 5 minutes. I was like, okay, what am I going to do here? What am I going to do? And I went inside and I was just like, okay, I have a choice here.
Yeah.
I can either meet their hatred and anger with more hatred and anger, or I could show them that I am just as worthy of love and compassion as they feel that they are entitled to, right? Yeah. And so I went out and I put on the best damn show I had put on with my band, and they bought every album. They asked for my autograph. We had selfies. It was hilarious. Okay. So I'm a power adapter.
Okay, I mean, because again, I know it's not it's not always as rosy as it may sound.
No, I know.
I mean, are there times? Are there times when there's a tipping point, right? Because listen.
Yeah.
If there's never a time where you get pissed off, right? I can only imagine the day that you do. And I feel sorry for whoever's around you.
Let the fury unleash.
Right? Again, you know what I mean? Because in life, man, you have to have balance.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that has to go somewhere. So if you're feeling it inside and you don't let that out.
I let it out. I just don't let it out to them. I let it out by lifting weights.
Oh.
I let it out by going for
I was just going to say that. I was like, you got to have some type of balance in there. You know what I mean?
I lift weights.
I mean, I lift cheeseburgers and then I just, you know what I mean? I devour a cheeseburger. It is what it is, right?
That's awesome.
You know, that's also good, right? Comfort food is the best. It is what it is.
Real.
Okay. So, emitting positivity, you know what I mean? You are making socially conscious music. Okay, so for the rest of the project, We got some other music that we definitely want to highlight.
Of course.
Okay, so what's this next song you want to highlight?
This next song is called Sold, Take a Shot. It was my second single. I wrote it as a response to an ANR guy based here in LA who promised to sign me in exchange for naked pictures and late night hotel meetings to make sure that I'm marketable.
Wow.
So this is my very, very polite response to him.
Welcome to Hollywood, Emma G. Okay.
Yay!
Drop this single for us.
Cool. Hey guys, my name is Emma G. This is my song Sold, Take a Shot.
Right here, man, on Out of Black Radio. Come on, let's get it. Wow. Okay, so we'll go into that.
Mm-hmm.
Break that down even more. And then we'll go into the last song. And then anything else that we're kind of like, we're not touching on, you know what I mean?
We could talk about the new merch. We could talk about...
The new merch. Okay. You got some stuff coming up as far as like shows and stuff?
So it's my birthday show next week. But it's in DC.
Okay.
And I'm looking at doing some more shows next year here.
Okay.
Yeah, just because.
So then we'll enough with that.
Okay.
We'll enough with that, and then actually the call to action was just to get the new merch and the project.
Perfect.
Because everything's on the
website.
The website. Okay.
Yeah.
So coming into Soul.
Sure. So you DJ here as well?
No.
It's here for the good looks.
I'm a big supporter, number one supporter on the team.
That's cool.
No, I help with the some of the visual work.
Cool.
And then whatever else they need help with.
Awesome. Is that just for Island Block?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Cool.
Okay, ready?
Groovy.
You guys are tuned in to Out of Block Radio, man. This your boy Joe Sav. We got our girl Emma G in the building.
Yo.
Man, okay, that was sold. That was sold.
It was sold.
Okay, let's break that down. I mean, because you gave a brief synopsis before we went into the song. Obviously, there's a deeper story to it. Because, I mean, especially with the climate that we have right now, right?
Right.
You got all this thing with a lot of controversy regarding, like, Harvey Weinstein. I mean, obviously, he's in the film industry, but, like, this goes on in every damn industry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Politics, music, entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how comfortable you are with sharing that
I talk.
Oh, okay. I mean, because again, man, your story can actually help a lot of other young women that are out there and men. You know what I mean? That come across something like this. So let's talk about that.
Thank you for bringing up the and men thing as well. Like, because this song is not just about, empowering women to stand up and be strong. It's also empowering men to be like, hey, I'm better than this. Yes. We're better than this. We can do better than this.
It happens to men as well. I mean,
of course
I don't know if you've seen the thing that happened with Terry Crews.
Yeah, he's been fantastic at speaking out.
It was pretty all bad. You know
right.
What I mean?
So we as a society basically can all be better than that, right?
So let's talk about that.
So I had just moved to DC and was still toying with the idea of moving to LA, and was approached by a guy who wanted to sign me. You know what, y'all? You're trying to trick me out every single time I talk about this.
We'll ask again in like a minute.
I know, because you mentioned it the last time. I'm sure we want to get it right this time.
Dagnabbit.
She almost said it too. Look at that.
So but he wanted to sign me to his label. Made all these promises, talked about who he'd signed before, and
were they famous people?
They were.
Wow.
Some of whom I really respected. I googled that though, and I wasn't sure. Like his name, I don't know if he was all talk or whatever, but
he wasn't like a very well known person.
He works for a very well known label.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. So maybe.
Can we mention the label at least?
I don't know if I should or if I can.
You can do whatever your heart desires, girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is Hollywood.
This is Hollywood. We are here. Come on. Might as well. You already told the story. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, so what happened was he wanted to sign me, and we sort of were back and forth for a while, talking about different details and things. He wanted my EPK, sent that to him. Then he decided he needed more sexy photos to make sure I'm marketable. And I'm like, I mean, okay, what? So I sent him.
When he said sexy photos, did he say like glammed up like?
So that's what I assumed. So I sent him some more some more some more made up photos. Nothing nude, nothing untoward.
Did he ask?
Then he said that. Then he replied, "No, I need like out of the shower naked pictures to make sure that you are a marketable image that I can work with." I was like, "Nah, y'all, you must be joking. Like, what are you talking about?" So I stopped that conversation. He came back to DC and he was like, "Can you meet me? I'm in town for a couple of days. Can you meet me?" I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. Where and when?" He goes, "My hotel room at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday." And I'm like,
right.
What happens on a Tuesday at 11 p.m., y'all? No, we're good. Peace in the Middle East.
Wow.
We out.
Okay,
so,
that was it. That you ended it from there.
So thank you. So I was performing at the the DC district court.
Okay.
And they on the train home, I was just ruminating over this whole thing and ended up writing "Sold."
Wow.
Yeah, and a train ride. It was cool.
I mean, did it? I mean, obviously it took you back. You know what I mean? Because it was like that could have been. And there are a lot of women out there that actually do take the meetings.
Of course.
Because again, depending on how desperate you are to get signed or get into the business.
And look, like, if you want to sleep with people, that's fine. That is totally your prerogative.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're all sexual human beings,
Sure.
Cool. Celebrate that. But do it for the right reasons and make sure it's not compromising your soul. And make sure it's consensual. Absolutely.
Well, first of all, make sure you have a soul, right? There you go. Let's make sure that you have one of those. Because a lot of times, that's why you do it.
Yeah.
Because you have no damn soul, right?
Right.
Like, I ain't tripping.
Right.
But, so I mean, you're talking about some social conscious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're talking about some real life, like this is what's going on in America right now.
Right.
I know that the Me Too movement actually was sort of like a result of a lot of stuff that has been going on.
For real.
And, okay, my question to you, right? So, now that there's so many people that are being ousted about this, and this stuff is dating 20 years, 30 years, right? Do you feel like there's what would you say? I wouldn't say like a loophole, but is there I guess an end to it? I mean, I don't know if I'm explaining it that well, but it's to the point where it's just like, because it's almost like anybody can get it now. Like anybody can get accused. So like, Leah can actually make something about me, and whether it's true or not, now that everything is happening, I kind of fall under that, and then I can actually be accused of whether it's true or not.
I think for me, so that's been a big fear.
How do you decipher
for a lot of people?
I guess my thing is like,
how do you decipher the lies from the truth? I always think that the truth prevails. If you are staying by your authentic truth, then that'll win eventually.
Gotcha.
In my heart of hearts, that's all I can hope for. But on the other hand, like, it's really freaking hard for women to come forward and make false accusations.
I totally get it. I totally get that part.
So, like, I don't, having been assaulted multiple times myself, I know firsthand how difficult it is as a woman or as a victim to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because not only am I then told, "Are you making it up?" but also I'm being told that I need to learn how to shut my legs properly. I need to learn how to dress more appropriately. There are a lot of accusations that come towards those body shaming and just female shaming or men shaming that the people then have to receive. I don't know why anybody would voluntarily put them through that strife just to make a false accusation.
I get it.
Right?
I totally get it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with like what happened with Bill Cosby, right?
Right.
There was like, I want to say close to 48 counts.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, not to discredit anybody, but then there's a line, right?
Right.
And then now you have so many artists, actors that are now, things are just popping up.
Right.
And so you got to really kind of decipher like, yo, is he? Because now you have the court of public opinion that is out there, and that are making decisions solely off of whatever's coming out.
For sure.
And then it really kind of like tarnishes a lot of these people's. Not to say that they won't, they can or can't be, guilty.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm just putting it out there because again, like you see, it's so I guess evident in the public eye. Like it's like
right.
I wanted to kind of get your point of view about it.
My philosophy basically is be a good human and own your shit.
Gotcha.
If can I say that on radio?
No,
okay.
you said it.
Whoopsies.
Oh no, you good, girl.
So if, own it, and if you make a mistake, own that.
Yeah.
And if you grow from it, but live your truth and be the best human you can be. I think that's the answer. We're just moving towards a place of being a better society. We're moving towards a place of being better humans, and I'm really excited for that time. It just, at the moment, things are a little bit weird.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Right?
Okay.
Just a tad.
It's a very weird time right now. It's a very weird time. We're gonna go ahead and pivot. You actually have some new merch that's actually coming out.
It came out yesterday. I'm
let's
so
talk about
excited. It's my birthday week this week.
Uh-oh.
I'm turning 30. It's so
Talk
exciting.
about it. Oh my goodness.
So to celebrate, I've released a whole bunch of t-shirts and tank tops and hoodies and beanies and tote bags and mugs of both Imaging Music branded gear, but also soon to be coming will be superhero gear, as well as I'm Somebody's Daughter gear, and in celebration of my song Sold.
Yeah.
So it's really owning we are all our own kind of superhero. We all choose love and compassion over bigotry, and women deserve to be respected as being the wives, the children, the aunties, the sisters that we are. So we should be respected as such.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. So obviously I could also bring out I'm somebody's brother or son, but I'm not.
Right.
So I feel like I would need to
Stay in your lane, girl.
we can partner on maybe.
And I like that part of your song Sold, where it says I'm somebody's daughter, I'm somebody's child. Because in today's day, we really have to remember that, and to put that on your merch, I'm happy that we thought the same thing, because that's a really influential phrase.
Yeah.
Because no matter the hardships you go through, you always have to remember that you are somebody.
Yes.
So thank you.
That's good.
Thank you. Yeah, you definitely belong to somebody.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about some of the shows that you got coming. You got a birthday show that's
I do next week on Thursday the 15th.
Oh my gosh, she's turning the dirty 30 out there.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so crazy. Let's talk about where it's at.
It's at Velvet Lounge in DC, alongside a touring Canadian artist by the name of Deanna DeVore, and then two local DC musicians, Stilo Soul, and he's a fantastic trombone player and vocalist. And we've got Ivory Hayes, who is a soul sister from another mister.
Ooh.
She's just amazing. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at a spring tour for next year,
Nice.
going up and down the East Coast. And then I'm going to come back to LA and do a California tour that includes San Francisco this time, because I've never been, and I'm super excited.
So this is when she's going to come back to the station. Talk about the tour.
Yep.
She's going to stop through here, man, just so she can kind of present what that's going to be like. Who's going to be on the lineup, right?
Right, and I'll have a new album by then as well.
And she's going to bring some merch, man, for folks to,
For real. You can wear your own I'm Somebody's Daughter t-shirt.
I ain't going to wear the I Am Somebody's Daughter.
Proud and loud.
Proud and loud. You know what? I'm tripping. I'm secure. I'm secure. Listen, we're going to end all this, man, with this last song.
Yes.
Right? Talk about this last song that the people are going to listen to.
So I love this song. Especially because it reminds me of LA so hard. I'm actually staying with some friends of mine who filmed this music video.
Okay.
It's King for a Day. It was filmed in Venice Beach.
Ooh.
And it's my twist on the gendered way in which we look at relationships as men being the ones in control. So instead of that, I kind of twist it on its head and be like, well, actually, we both can mess this up if we want to.
Come on now.
Right.
It's not just one or the other. It's both of us.
Nope, it's both of us.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah, it's called King for a Day.
Any shout-outs before we let you go?
Yes, I want to give a shout-out to, again, Deanna DeVore, Ivory Hayes, and Stilo Soul. I want to give a shout-out to, obviously, Island Block Radio.
Come on now.
You guys are amazing. I love the work you do. I also want to give a shout-out to the Everyday Weekend and UXU Productions, Raza Rai, for being my